Hi guys, welcome back. All right, Cancerians. I wanted to go ahead and get you guys a video today, even though today's Thursday, not Tuesday. But I always try to still get to you if I possibly can. Weeks don't always go as smooth as I'd like. So here we go, a little bit belated, but I'm still thinking of you guys. So we have got the World card. This is the breath of fresh air message. So we're looking for what is the positive influx right now. And the World card is a new beginning, but this is kind of a little different World card because we've got somebody who could have like the best of both worlds. We may have somebody who's realizing that they have a potential tremendous success. We have a Six of Wands upright. Talk about success. Yeah. I don't know if there's like slowly but surely two things. Like if I'm getting this vibe that maybe Cancerian like works two different jobs, two different industries, or has been putting their effort into two, we'll say different projects, and both are starting to look really good. And it's directly because of Cancerian's own efforts. And it's almost like, okay, now that I've put in effort, and you notice how one of the worlds is bigger than the other. It's like, okay, now it's time, that's up and running. Now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to continue working with this other situation that I've begun. This could be almost anything. This could be, I'm living in two different places. I've got, two different kids, and I was, helping out my one who was moving into a new house, and now I'm flying over to the other one who's moving into a new dorm for college, or, it could be anything like that. But it's like, oh my gosh, I feel so good. I feel so good about myself. I feel so good about what I'm doing. It could be, though, picking up two different hobbies. It could be I've been remodeling one room in my house and it's looking amazing. And now I can turn my attention to, putting tile in, whatever, the sunroom, or, the bathroom, or whatever. It just feels like things are coming together. Projects are being completed, new projects are beginning, and everything is kind of going according to schedule. However, we do have that Four of Cups. Four of Cups is the energy of disappointment. So I have to say, if Cancerian has been working really hard, keeping themselves very, very busy, and doing things that admittedly are making their life better, it might be to take their mind off of some of their disappointment. Well, that's working too. I feel like Cancerian is definitely like making sure that other disappointments in their life are, smoothing out, fading away. They're not thinking about disappointment so much. Five of Cups and the Chariot. Yeah, so Cancerian worked their way through, like maybe literally worked their way through a sorrow or a loss by filling their life with accomplishments. And it has worked. It has worked wonderfully, because look at how much, I feel like Cancerian has forgotten about some of the hurt and pain. They're aware that they've moved on from it. They're looking at all they've accomplished. And it's like, wow, when I get hurt, man, do I get motivated to, create, or I get motivated to pour my energy into other things that I do have control over. And that helps me to heal. And the net result is I make some beautiful progress in my life. I'm doing amazing. And I've moved on from the hurt by the time I, pause and catch my breath again. That's kind of what this looks like. Whatever Cancerian poured their sweet energy into during this time, sorry, I've got a cut on my arm and it's healing, but it's at the itchy phase. And whatever I think Cancerian has been working through, I don't know that we're going to talk about what that is, because this is more about the fact that they're realizing how much more they've accomplished. So yes, the motive was to just try to take their mind off of some pain, but they chose such a beautiful path, such a progressive path, that it's added value into their life. With the Judgment card, this is like, I've totally made peace with it. I've totally made peace with things, and I'm in a better place now. I've let this go. Maybe this was, I had to, find a way to forgive what happened to me. Find a way to let some things go that were really painful. And I've done that. Maybe I'm not mad at the universe anymore for putting me through it. Maybe I'm okay now. Maybe I'm good. Temperance, look at this. Definitely. I let go of that and I'm welcoming in all the new energies. Now, granted, Cancerian has poured their energy into making their life successful. So Cancerian gets to give themselves a pat on the back. This was not like, oh, the divine just came in and did it for Cancer. Cancer had tenacity. They had a beautiful heart. They had determination. That's why they are in the position that they're in now. And they also had that incredible grace within themselves to say, I know I must let go of a sorrow, a hurt, something that really bothered me. I know I must, so that I can welcome in other things in my life. Because my life is not just going to be made up of this hurt and this pain. I won't let that be my story. Well done. We have an 8 of Wands. This is so like literally, it's like Cancerian, their whole life is picking up pace now. I think that they feel the winds of change. I think they have tangible results to look at. Cancerian could be taking a trip, traveling somewhere. Maybe they earned extra money. Maybe they became the best salesperson because they worked so hard, because they were just burning the midnight oil, because they were getting over a heartbreak. Now they won that trip to whatever, Cancun, and they're taking this wonderful vacation now. Both of these say, I'm flying somewhere. I'm going somewhere. And it could be a vacation. It could be someplace other than where they live. And it's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I'm going to be traveling somewhere, going somewhere. And it's symbolic of the fact that I have also moved on and traveled and gone somewhere away from what used to hurt me. I let go of certain things and my life has blossomed. Very, very well done. May I ask then, because this is about taking action, which Cancer has been an action taker all through this, but this can also be about communicating with someone. Is there somebody that Cancerian is either going to meet on this little mini vacay that they seem to be taking? We have the Star card. We have the Two of Pentacles. It's possible, but only if Cancerian welcomes it in. Oh, I hope they do. If Cancerian has a wish or a dream of something specific that they would like to have happen right about now, they should, like hopefully focus on it and make some of their dreams come true. But with this Two of Pentacles, it could be like, oh, I know I've reached a pinnacle in my life. Maybe I'll take a little trip. Maybe I'll indulge a little bit. Maybe I will fly somewhere. Maybe I'll take a little vacation. But I don't know that I'm going to go meet anybody on that vacation. But if that was their wish or their dream, then why not? It just feels like of course, it's up to Cancerian. If they're not ready for, and I'm not even talking about love, but let's just say engaging with others. High Priestess. Oh, Cancerian's got their own little secrets. Cancerian seems to be very discreet. They already know that everything in their life has changed, that they're feeling lighter and brighter. They can already tell that their heart has healed over something, that they've let somebody go. Whomever or whatever it is that they let go. By the way, the color yellow could be associated with that person, or something about like, I don't know, there's an awful lot of water and rain. So I don't know if they knew this person during like the rainy season and they've been healing from it ever since. But there's something about like washing things away. Maybe it's that Cancerian had cried quite a bit over whatever this loss was. But again, they took charge and they said, I have had a loss. It has been sad. I have to change my outcome. I have to change my story. So I'm going to pour myself into living my best life, working really hard and creating new things for myself and being very productive. And now the net result of that is I totally feel different than I did before. Now there's more color in my life. I feel like Cancerian looks really great in white. Also, like white that could be, and also like an evening gown, like a little black dress or something, or they look, black and white are both such great colors. It's formal, it's classy, it's classic. So it doesn't matter what gender we're talking about, but it just looks like black and white are both amazing colors on Cancerian. But Cancer already kind of has the inkling that as they continue to move forward in their life, and I keep thinking that they're taking a trip somewhere. All of this just makes me think, and it could be a simple trip. It could be like on Saturday, I'm going to go to my neighboring town and take a little trip to the market or something. It could be something simple, but I kind of think it's bigger than that. I don't know if it's a cruise. I don't know if it's, going to some place, but Cancer already deep down knows something might happen that they will invite in. Like intuitively, they already know that they might have a wish come true, or they might meet somebody that's really wonderful. Tower in the reverse. I feel like Cancerian is like, no, no, like, I don't know that I'm ready. I don't know that I'm ready to open up to that. I don't know that I want to have a whole wish or a hope or a dream come true. But deep down, I think I may meet someone. We got a 7 of Pentacles sideways. I feel like there's a lot of resistance here. Cancerian's doing great, but they could have a really fabulous wish come true, and they know that it's possible, but they seem to be consciously trying to push it away and saying, I don't want to meet my forever person. Say I'm going to take a vacation someplace. Say I'll be at some resort, or I'll just be out of my normal routine and I could meet somebody. I don't really want to meet Mr. or Mrs. Right at the moment. I want to meet Mr. or Mrs. Right now. I want maybe not a long-term relationship. I'm not ready for the end-all be-all. But I think that is it romance, Cancerian? What does Cancerian already sense? Oh, 2 of Cups. Okay, you can say it all day long, but you don't necessarily pick where you meet your 2 of Cups. I think Cancerian is aware that something big is brewing for them. A bond, a relationship, meeting somebody that they feel immediately is like, okay, this person's important. But Cancerian, are you really not going to be ready for that? I mean, so many things in your life look so good in this storyline. It's so funny. Cancerian's saying, look, I'm not going to go on these flights of fancy and imagine that that's going to happen. I'm just going to keep saying, I'm not even sure I'm ready for that. But Cancerian already knows what they know. I already sense that the truth of it is, I'm going to meet somebody and I'm going to be their wish fulfillment. You notice how he's plucking the stars out of the sky? And remember, we had the star card. It's like Cancerian intuitively knows they're going to meet somebody and it is going to be really important, even though they keep telling themselves, no, no, no. It's not even that Cancerian's not ready, is that they're trying not to focus on something that, hasn't happened. Who knows if it'll happen, but it says, but it's going to happen. And I feel like Cancerian deep down kind of already does know that. The truth is, I kind of already sense what's coming next. Is Cancerian going to be happy about this? King of Wands. Yeah, I kind of think so. I think they're certainly ready for some passion. This is a Cancerian who's ready for love, ready for passion. And I think that's the part where their intuition already knows it also. Like, I do want to meet a lover. I want... but with the Hanged Man, but I just don't want it to move too fast. Maybe I want passion, but I don't want to immediately be in a relationship. Maybe I want intimacy, but I want to slow down the actual, like, moving in together, building a relationship together. Even if they're the right person for me, I just barely got good on my own. And I can already feel I'm about to meet somebody who's going to be really important. And at the same time, I don't want to say no to it, but I do want to go at a slower pace. That seems to be the mindset that Cancerian is in. Yes, let me meet somebody really important. Let me meet a great lover. Let me meet the one, but can I still go slower? As much as Cancerian says this, every time we get one card that says one thing, we get the opposing card. This is swift moving energy. I kind of think this. Before we meet somebody that we feel really, really comfortable with, we may have all kinds of ideas in our head, like, oh, I mean, I don't move fast. I don't want to, just start dating somebody immediately. I would want to get to know them slowly. I don't want to spend every waking moment in their presence. Seeing each other once a week would be fine. And before we've met somebody that we actually really jive with, that could be totally what Cancerian expects. But I think it's going to go different than Cancerian would have expected, because when you're vibing with somebody where it's like, oh my God, but I'm so comfortable with them, I don't need to pace myself and only be around them once a week. This could wind up being that Cancerian is surprised to discover, I want to talk to them every day. We never run out of things to say. It's really nice. We are getting to know each other swiftly. We are talking a ton. I kind of think this is going to be such a lovely surprise. And although Cancerian seems to kind of like have an inkling that I believe I'm about to meet somebody really special, especially if I take this trip or something, At the same time, I don't think I'm ready for it to be too serious. But all of this says, just wait and see, Cancerian. Cancerian doesn't have to do anything that they're not comfortable with, obviously. And there's no guarantees that we'll meet somebody and they'll just be so perfect. But in this storyline, there's a possibility for this fictional Cancer, because they're already sensing it. They're, their energy has shifted. They're in a really positive place. Maybe that's why they're going to be, stepping out and doing something good for themselves, something fun for themselves. And maybe that high energy is what's going to be attracting somebody wonderful into their world. This just feels very sweet and kind of expected and kind of unexpected all at the same time. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Bye.